The concept of correct enough, or correctish, if you will, is one of the concepts we'll be using throughout this whole course. Since correct anatomy in quotation marks here is insanely complicated, it would take a lifetime just to learn a simple fraction of it. You could take a PhD in just how the thumb works. We're artists and not doctors, and we're using our anatomical knowledge to make cool characters instead of saving lives. This means that we can really simplify the anatomy from being 100% correct to correct enough. There is no practical way of memorizing every single bone and muscle in the human body, as you'll simply just forget it right away unless you constantly refresh it. You can, of course, keep memorizing things over and over again, but as an artist, you really want to spend all your time creating work, and just memorizing just has very diminishing returns. So that said, we will of course cover specific anatomy when it is useful, but we will spend a lot more effort on understanding the main shapes. The goal for this is to really build a solid understanding of how you can use anatomy in a practical way instead of just purely theoretical. If you're aiming for 100% correct anatomy, you'll just have a lot of diminishing returns. When you're creating characters, a large part of it is also just observing what's there. So essentially, this whole video is just about understanding that a lot of times you just have to simplify anatomy down from this is 100% correct into this is actually manageable to understand. We'll do this, for instance, in the chapter on proportions, where it's not going to be 100% correct in terms of it being like the best proportional system, but we're going to show a system that's easy to understand, and I really find that to be more important than being 100% correct. Essentially, anatomy is so complicated once you start to get into it. The more you get into anatomy, like the more complex it actually gets. So just being a bit fussy about it really simplifies it down. There are muscles you can basically simplify down into simple volumes. There are whole bones you can just remove entirely. You can simplify the rib cage down into an egg, and in the vast majority of cases that's going to 100% work. So this is just a little disclaimer for the whole course, but also just as a way to keep your studies effective as an artist when you're doing your own studies. Keep stuff correct enough, and don't worry about your anatomy being 100% correct.